Hey, this is a quick video. I'm going to go over how to put on a martingale collar. This is what it's going to look like in your package. You're going to have one continuous loop. There's going to be no buckles or anything, but you're going to find this loop right here that can collapse and expand. This is key to your martingale, okay? This big O-ring, which you'll have one that looks just like it on your loop, is where you're going to attach your leash from. And what this does is when it goes around the neck, it's going to be just tight enough that it's going to stay on the neck without slipping out. And then when you need to give any kind of leash corrections for pulling, you're going to use this, and it's going to apply even pressure around this part of the collar, giving the correction, okay? So that's the basic concept of it. I absolutely love these for pulling dogs. They work awesome. They're also escape-proof, so dogs that get really scared and nervy outside on walks or wherever, these are also awesome because you can make them tight enough where they literally cannot get out of it despite their best efforts. So Hash here today is going to be my demo dog. Now Hash is a little bit more advanced in this collar system, so it's going to look kind of a little bit different as I'm putting it on, but don't worry, I'm going to go over all of that with you guys to give you the correct information on what to do now, okay? Hash, come here please. So you're going to have it loose enough where you can get it over the head, obviously, because you can't, there's no buckles or anything. And then you're going to want to position it. Let me see if I can turn him sideways. Come sideways. Well, let's go on the white side. We can't see on the black. So this is his collar, right? And we're going to have it positioned where it's right under, you can even feel, there's behind his ears. If you come down, you'll feel this jawbone right here. This is where it's going to sit, okay? This is going to give the safest and also the most correct corrections. So this is where it's going to sit mostly, okay? So what we're going to do now that we have it on is we're going to turn it around so we find our button, or our buckle thing that pulls it, right? And we're just going to kind of tighten it.
So Joe was in real danger? I did not realize how easy it would be for you to connect those dots.
And you'll keep tightening until you get about, this is even still a little bit loose, so let's see, let's go a little bit further to show you. His is getting old, his is due for a replacement. So we tighten it a little bit more. Okay, so that's good. So I can fit my palm still in there comfortably. That means it's not too tight, it's not strangling or anything, but at the same time it's sitting where it is. If I zhuzh him a little bit, it's not really falling down, right? That's exactly how we want it, because we want it to stay up as tall as possible. And if we do, you know, your normal flat buckle collars, you want only 2 fingers in, so you only want to be able to do enough to do this. How should you guys stop moving your leg, your face? So when you have a flat buckle, you only want it 2 fingers to get through, okay? But with the martingales, I like to give it just a little bit looser. That way it's not super uncomfortable and I'm not applying too much pressure as I'm correcting. So now that we have it sit like this, let's get him back to the side so we can see what we're doing on the white side. We have our D-ring up here. We'll put a leash on him, which this is called a tab leash. I highly, highly, highly recommend these for work. They are amazing, especially when you have a dog like Zelda or Hash's height here where you sit perfect, where you don't have to extend your arm or you don't have to lean down to hold the leash. This one fits us perfectly. They have different size measurements so that you can custom order one if you need a certain length or buy one that's the certain length. But these make having no messy leash to trip on, no extra leash to figure out what to do with, yada yada. You just have your tab. Super easy to walk with 1 finger in here like this, and we're on the go. So we'll go ahead and stick our leash on. And in order to do any kind of leash corrections, just like you saw in the video, you can do your quick back. Did you see how all of his ears and his skin came up? You see that? That's applying the even. You could tell all around his neck I'm applying the even pressure. You could go slow and up if you need to kind of pull back. You see how Hash automatically backed up a little? That's exactly what we're looking for. You see how I have very easy control. I'm using, I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'm literally using 1 finger to do what I want. Or, as Zelda knows, you can do the up, double up, which is supposed to be sit. He knows that. Yes. And then you can lure back up. Hash, stand. Come on, stand. Don't be reluctant, please. Come on, stand. Thank you, turd. He's not wanting to listen today. And then and this is where ours is a little bit different. I'm going to sit down now. As you start working with your dog more, with Zelda more, and she starts understanding the concept of not pulling on a leash, you are absolutely more than welcome to make the collar just a convenience piece, which honestly is what it is, like for instance on Hash. This is really just there for other people's benefit so they think that the dog is controlled. Because frankly, I can do the same exact work as I can with this thing on as I can without, which should be your only, I want to say method of training, but the words are escaping me. You should be able to walk into a store with that same sentiment. in order for her to be a proper, functioning, legal, working dog. This is for show. This just shows people that you think that you have control over the dog. When you walk into that store, you should not need this. You should be able to maintain 100% control over your dog at all times, and this should be purely aesthetic. So, with that being said, you notice Hash's is as loose as it can get. His is old and raggedy. Like I said, he's up for a new one. It's as loose as it can get. Because when I'm in a hurry, I want to just be able to slide it on, slide it off real quick, and be done with it. Because he doesn't wear his collar 24/7. He only wears it when we need it. That's just personal preference because I don't like the indents that the collars can make on their fur, on their neck. I don't personally like that. And so that's why I only use mine as needed. But when it's loose like this, I can just slide it right on, slide it right off. We're done. Easy peasy. No big deal. But while you start in the beginning, make sure you have it tight where you can only get just about a few fingers in there at a time. And that way you can do your proper corrections, okay? So your Martingale collar is going to be very similar to mine. It just has a little bit different design and a little bit different fabric, which shouldn't be a big deal. I tested it out on Hash a little bit yesterday, and it seemed to work really great. If you have any problems with it, if you think that the buckle part where it's everything tight is loosening on you, and it should stay still. If the fabric seems to be ripping too early, any kind of little problems that you can think of, please let me know. That way we can get you one ordered that's going to be a little bit more durable. I went in the middle ground. I went durable and cute because Zelda is the perfect canvas for all kinds of cute stuff, so I couldn't help myself. And so, but like I said, please, by all means, tell me if you notice anything wrong with it, if I need to change it out for you, okay? But that's what I wanted to show you real quick is how to use one. When you get it, make sure you practice. Like Nick told you guys in our drop-off, using your street is honestly really great practice on walking and learning how to heel because she's already got that prey drive. With the other animals out there, the other dogs out there, that kind of stuff. There's vehicles. And so that's going to provide all the kinds of smells. That's going to provide awesome desensitizing training for her while you're walking. And that'll get you in a comfortable spot for you to learn how to walk with her where you're the most comfortable and you're not going to be nervous yourself. Because what am I always preaching to all of my clients when it comes to leash walking? Confidence is number one. If you are not confident, the dog will not be confident and your leash walking will be awful. You have to be confident in what you're doing. Hold your head high. Be proud of what you're doing. Be confident. Act like you know it, even if you don't. Fake it till you make it. I'm telling you, that is the number one key. My specialty is leash walking. I absolutely love it. I have gotten some of the most stubborn dogs to walk beautifully on a leash, and I will swear by that statement till the end of time. Confidence is key. Be confident in what you're doing, and you will go very far with her, I promise.